What's up, everybody? It's the Mike and Rich podcast.
Yo. What's happening, brother?
What's up?
Welcome to a Thursday night podcast.
A Thursday night podcast.
All right, let me explain. We had to do a redo. My audio messed up again last week. And yeah, it's all my fault. So I'm taking it. So not only are we going to do the stream over, but we're going to do the stream over.
Yep.
So what's going on? Happy Thursday.
Yeah, man. Not much. I've been just binging on some new TV shows and stuff.
Yeah, what you watching? Anything good?
I'm watching Reacher on Amazon.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
How's that going for you? How
It's
far
cool.
are you in it?
I'm not that far. Maybe like the 5th or 6th episode.
Okay.
I don't think I have too many left. There's only one season.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, my mother-in-law and her husband, they love stuff like that. So like she's like raving about it. She's like, you need to watch Reacher. It's so good.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. I mean, like if you like the movie,
Mhm.
you know, like it's very similar style, different character, obviously. You know, it's not Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Hey, we get Hank, man.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. He's definitely a good actor. He's very versatile. He's cool in this. He could definitely fight. You know, like
Yeah. He seems pretty badass in Titans, you know. He's definitely
Sure.
like, you know, he's all cut up and stuff. So I imagine he'll be doing a bunch more roles like this going forward.
Well, a lot of the action is really in the first episode.
Mhm.
That kind of like just like sets you up so you can see like just like how this Reacher is going to be. You know, he's basically the same as the other one, like same type code of honor, I guess you could say.
A little taller.
He wouldn't admit that, but yeah, he's massively taller than him, and they like talk about it a lot too. They talk about how tall he is. Like,
that's funny. It's definitely a jab. Come on. Now.
Yeah, like some guy calls him Redwood, you know, because he's like tall, super tall. And they're talking about like a certain body, and they're like, oh yeah, and they're like, was his feet hanging out?
Was his feet hanging out?
They're talking about somebody else, you know, but they just like kept making things about the height. So
yeah. Well, you know what? It's crazy too, because like little off subject or whatever, but like so I put on Frozen today for my kid, right? And there's a part where like the dude says something to the chick about like, oh, what's your man's shoe size? And she's like, shoe size doesn't matter. And I was like, in Frozen? Okay, Disney.
They gotta get it in there.
Sneaking it in there, man. All right.
Well, speaking of Disney sneaking in there, I was looking through because I've been watching a lot of HBO and
Did you see that thing I sent you, man?
Which one?
With all the shows going on there?
Oh yeah. I did see that. But what I saw was somebody had said that Daredevil and a couple of the shows have been like creeping on to Disney Plus. I was like, oh, I want to see. So I took a look to go see. And when I was doing that, when I was logging out of HBO, I had noticed that Free Guy was up, and I didn't watch that yet. So I was like, oh, cool.
I started it before.
Free Guy is up. So I started to watch it, you know, whatever. And then I was like, oh yeah, let me check this Disney thing. So I go over to Disney. Free Guy's on Disney too. Ooh, dun dun dun. So I was like, get out of here. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
And it's just regularly in there. So like any kid could watch it. Like I get that it's PG-13 and for violence and whatever like that. There's really not a lot of language in it, I guess. I haven't really heard any curses so far.
Okay.
But I want to know that if it's different between the HBO version and the Disney version.
It might be, because I feel like they do a lot of editing, or at least there's a disclaimer in the beginning. I know, like we watched Peter Pan, and they have a disclaimer in front of Peter Pan saying like it wasn't right to make fun of Native Americans then. It's not right to do it now. It's like this whole big thing before.
Right, but they don't cut it though.
They don't cut it. They didn't.
They put in a disclaimer. So they had a disclaimer too. I saw that it just said language and violence and stuff like that, like PG-13. That's it. So maybe they were like, screw coming up with another network. We're just gonna throw them on here.
Just gonna throw it like slowly, like drip it, you know, like to where it's like.
Well, I mean, I guess that's up to the parents and the responsibility of them to like be like, all right, you can watch anything you want on Disney. Well, now you can't, like
Yeah.
at least with Netflix, it's separate, like
Now, I know with
I don't
Disney,
know.
you fill out different profiles, you know what I'm saying? So maybe they're going to try to push more into like a kid's profile to where it's like all that stuff is just on there and they can't
Well, that
really
would make sense. That would make
access the other
sense.
one. So that
See, they're
makes
probably
sense.
gonna steal your idea.
I know. And they got the money to pay me, and I wouldn't say anything about it. They could have it.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the Marvel shows from Netflix are going to be on Disney Plus as well. So
no, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool because like for a while, the last year or so, everything's been so split up, and it's like, what do I watch it on? Is it on this? Is it on this? And sometimes it's on two things. Or
Yeah.
there's just like so many streaming services now, and everything's all split up. It's finally good that like everything's kind of making its way where it is supposed to be.
Yeah. But what's funny about it too is like, cable was all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And people, liked the streaming because everything was in one spot.
Yeah, exactly.
You just went to Netflix and you watched Netflix, and Netflix was like a powerhouse. And then Hulu came in, they swept in right underneath.
Yeah.
And then streaming became something totally different.
Yeah.
Than what they thought it was going to be.
Well, that's why all the networks started doing with it. The networks was like, why should I give somebody the rights when we own all this stuff and we literally could make a streaming service tomorrow? That's what they're doing.
And that's what they're doing. Yeah. And shitty or not shitty too. I mean, like, look at USA site. Unfortunately,
it's
that
terrible.
one's really bad. Really bad,
dude. And like Peacock, dude. And Peacock has potential, but it's just like there's so many bad movies and just so much like garbage on it. It's hard to sift through like the
same thing with Paramount.
Relevant, movies to watch or TV shows to watch.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of them that are like that, and it's like, we got rid of Paramount recently because we're like, what do we do? We're not watching anything on it. Yeah. Like there was a couple things, when we first got it, we watched, but that's really about it. Like I'm not trying to watch The Office again, like or that's Peacock. That's right. Yeah. That was the other one too. I'm not trying to watch all of this.
But it's crazy because like Peacock, Peacock and then like your CBS and your Fox or whatever is they're picking up the sports, and it's all like different days. So Peacock has like Sundays where, CBS has Thursday nights or, and it's just like everything is so all over the place because they're just trying to make money everywhere instead of like, hey, let's just build a network where everybody can, access for a low cost and it's all there.
Yeah. Well, they try to do that with Hulu because like, Hulu got it more with networks instead of
they were smart and went after TV shows. They movies is secondary to them, obviously. Everything is TV shows, and when they first came out, it was just like watch any TV show you want or almost any TV show you want on Hulu, where Netflix was more so like movies. Now obviously that changed over the years where Netflix is now producing their own movies and their own shows, and it's just it's a whole production studio in essence.
Sure. And then Netflix would give you the season, but it would just be like a year behind,
Exactly.
So if you wanted to be current, you had to have Hulu as well.
Exactly. To watch it on live TV. But now live TV is just like whatever, so
not very many people have cable anymore. I don't have cable anymore.
I was gonna say there's everybody I talk to that's like I really should get rid of cable. And I literally said that for like 2 years. And I was like, what? I'm just gonna get rid of it. And I honestly haven't missed it. There hasn't been anything that I came across that I'm like, oh man, I'm missing it. Because it's on streaming. Now there was a couple of football games that I didn't get just because I didn't want to buy the Fox one. It's just like, dude, I would only watch this like once. Like I'm not gonna buy it. So
yeah. Well, I mean, at least sometimes they had the trials and stuff. Like we did the trial with Showtime for Dexter.
Oh yeah,
and now we're done with that.
Yeah, try to binge it off.
Yeah, that was it. We watched Dexter, and now it's done. So. We're done with that. And I mean, maybe they will come out with a season 2. I mean, I keep hearing a little buzz about that.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't even know if it's going to be worth it.
No, I think that everybody leading up to the end was like, oh, this is going to be cool and we're going to get a season 2. And then they did what they did the first time around.
Well, maybe it'll be like, Dexter is his, like dark passenger type thing. So where he's still in the show.
He's still in the show. He's still involved. And,
yeah. I mean, it may not be, because I know we talked about it once before because he doesn't really know Dexter.
Yeah. So he doesn't know what he would say in that, for instance, or,
Right. But I mean, like, it's in his mind. So, I mean, like, we're getting something,
for the whole 2 weeks that he spent with him. You know, like he just soaked it all up.
Yeah, well, he might get stories and different things from other people like Angel and stuff like that. So who knows what they're gonna do?
Who knows, man? Bring back Batista.
Yeah, they did, and they teased it, and it was like,
I know that was so.
It was nothing. It was nothing. But all right, let's talk about some good stuff. Let's get into the first thing we're gonna talk about tonight. All right. So that's Keeping the Peace with Peacemaker.
Boom. Yeah. So obviously on Sunday we were really excited about talking about it the first time. So it's great show, dude. It ended so good, man. And I keep telling everybody about it that hasn't watched it. I'm like, dude, just watch it.
Not a bad episode. Not
a bad episode. If you're into the superhero stuff, obviously there are some people who aren't into the superhero gig. This probably will not be your cup of tea.
Sure.
But if you're listening to us, you probably are. So you would probably like it. It's very along the lines of Deadpool, with the jokes and the edginess
Deadpool
to it.
DC. That's right.
Deadpool at DC. And it was just good. All the characters were good. The story was good. The development was good. Like, and at first you're like, how are all these characters gonna like be a super squad, kind of deal? And they all rounded out, by the end of it. So.
Yeah,
and
it was
then
cool.
some. So.
The music was great. The graphics were great. It was such a like I don't know, like uppercut. Like people didn't expect this to like pop off the way that it did. From a character from Suicide Squad, of a movie that some people will say they may like or may not like. I mean, he wasn't the most likable character in the movie.
I thought the part funny where they were going through the village, taking everybody out and showing each other,
stabbed the dude.
God, dude, that was like my favorite. I literally I turned it on the other day just to watch that part.
It
was so good. Like the hatchet part was so good, bro. He's
like, It's funny too because that's what the toy comes with. Because they don't come with guns anymore for DC.
So they gave him a hatchet.
So they gave him a hatchet with like the dove of peace.
So how do you not get the Peacemaker gun? I got a 3D print you one, man.
Yeah, they don't have the Peacemaker gun. I have a couple guns, a couple of them, not a lot.
Like that. I'll get you a Peacemaker 3D gun.
Nice. Yeah, he had a cool gun. He did. I saw somebody did like a really cool thing. So the Peacemaker figure, if you get a chance to like look at it or whatever, he just looks okay. Now they made two of them. They made one with the mask and it's like glued onto his face basically, and they
you can't take it off.
Correct. Okay. And they made one with no mask at all. It doesn't come with it. Okay, so when you look at the one with the mask, they don't even paint like the back of his head, like it's just like plastic. I swear.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So the other one is painted. Okay, so the face is just like kind of like a
I've seen it. Yeah, you took a picture of it not too long ago.
Yeah, so what some dude did was he found a figure of John Cena that had a really good face mold of him, like just like kind of smiling, and he bought it. It was like $15, he said, and then he had the one with the helmet. I don't have the helmet.
Yeah.
So he took the helmet off. He like put it in hot water and like pulled it off with like a pin or whatever, and then he took the WWE action figure and put that on.
It probably looks so money,
and it looks so much better.
Oh man,
so much better. So I'm like, I gotta do that. That's cool.
Yeah, man. I was gonna say I got this silver filament, dude. Now that we got this printer, we're just gonna make all your dreams come true for your action figures.
That's cool.
If anybody wants anything, let me know.
But yeah, back to Peacemaker. So I mean, we start off. They're playing Steel Panther, so that was pretty cool. That Steel Panther is like. It should be like, on John Cena's sets. Well, not John Cena.
The 80s stuff is so cool because you could definitely see John Cena like jamming out to 80s music in a Trans Am all day.
Yeah, well, this is like a band that's like new, but like they had that style.
They have that style, the 80s hairstyle.
And they said like they have like crazy lyrics and stuff like that. And it's like I feel like it would be Peacemaker's like favorite band, for sure. Steel Panther. But yeah, so we start off with that. We start off with them going after the cow, which was pretty nuts.
The cow was crazy, bro. Like, how do you even like get that thing here and nobody notice?
Yeah,
You know,
like a chimera of like a huge like bug looking thing. Like we expected a cow, but it was more like a caterpillar, or
with like
I don't know,
with one tooth,
yeah,
like, and like
yeah,
a
it
bunch
was
of
weird.
eyeballs. It was weird.
It was weird. It was weird. So we get to see Economos and Adebayo with them, and Peacemaker's like going through all the stuff that Adebayo's kind of mad at her, and for planting the diary.
Yeah, he's
or the
pissed.
journal, whatever.
They're doing the fart dialogue back and forth. Dude.
Oh yeah, that was funny. Vigilante's awesome. The guy who plays him, amazing. So good, so good.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of chatter in like the comic book world and the people who are like super into these characters. I'm like, oh, you made him such an idiot and whatever. But like he was such like a likable character from the beginning. Sure. It doesn't matter what you think if he's like stupid or whatever. I mean, like he was silly, like whatever.
Especially in the beginning when you didn't really get what he was, when like they seen him at his job, and he was just being crazy, like.
Yeah.
And then he starts coming around. Dude, he was probably one of my favorite characters. Obviously, John Cena's really good in it. But like he was like almost my favorite character, I think, throughout the whole series.
Yeah, no, he crushed it for sure. Yeah. But they show them going there, and they show them with all the Peacemaker helmets that they have left. So they have anti-gravity, a scabies one.
Scabies.
They have the sonic boom one.
Yeah.
And
the floating one, the levitation one,
the anti-gravity one. Yeah. And Adebayo, she accidentally sets that off by so explaining the plan, so they lose it instantly.
Then
it's up to Eagly to be able to deliver the sonic boom helmet to the barn.
The top of the barn. See, he was going to put it on top of the barn. I don't think the plan would have worked if they would have did it that way.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it would have like blew up and went down and then went down and then went down into the floors. Who knows? They only had 4 charges, so right?
Yeah,
4 or 3.
It's like 3 or 4, something like that. Like the last one was super weak, but
I think there was 4. I think it was 4 in total because the first one like wiped out a bunch of them.
Yeah, then the second one wiped out a bunch of them too because they like the ones that it didn't get, they were like getting up.
Yeah,
and it just
it had to, because like there's no way they would have survived through all that. I don't care how good they were,
but there was
so many of them.
There was still a bunch left though, even after the fact, that they did their little battle scene with, which was awesome, bro.
Oh, so cool, man. Seeing Vigilante run through and just cut people up with that like sword or knife or whatever.
Sword, bro. It was so good,
no, that was cool. And the Peacemaker shield, that was awesome to see. That
was cool, for sure.
I didn't like the fact that Economos, he like just like broke his leg, like just like walking like out of nowhere.
Yeah,
that was weird.
That was kind of weird. That was kind of like a cheap off, but that may lead into something later on that we don't know of. Right. I felt like that kind of stuck out as like, really, like how does that even happen?
It was a weird thing, and then we got to see Hardcore get shot up, which was crazy. We thought she was gonna die. She almost turned into a butterfly.
I know, dude. I thought it was gonna happen. I was like, oh man. I think there was like once or twice I thought she was gonna get butterflied, and it'd be like kind of like Myrn, where like you don't know, and she just plays the part, like to kind of infiltrate.
Yeah, well, she seemed kind of like a little bit of like detached or like emotionless a little bit, just a little bit like Myrn, but it was cool. So Peacemaker goes in after they blow them up, and he gets collapsed on, which was really, really crazy, man. That's some 187 hours type stuff.
Yeah, dude.
Or 27 hours.
Yeah, I couldn't even get stuck in like something like that, man. I wouldn't even know what to do. You breathe in all that dust.
Yeah, I mean the key with that kind of thing is breathing too. You have to be careful with how you're breathing. So
you can breathe all of it in, get all your oxygen, and But obviously he's a strong dude in the superhero realm, so he would definitely fare a lot better than a normal person would.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So, but that shot of like the hand going in to like grab him, and like
we thought it was Adebayo, and it wasn't.
And it was. I was like, dude, that was shot so cool. Like I totally thought it was her.
Yeah. No, that was great. It was really cool. So then he has the little fight with her. And then she tells him the butterfly's actual plan.
Which is crazy because like I felt like she like sugar-coated it, but even the plan sugar-coated was messed up.
Right. I mean, who would want anybody to take over control for them?
Well, you die. So they were going to wipe out everybody in the world in essence.
Pretty much. So but keep their bodies intact.
But keep their bodies like they're like a parasite. So
yeah. No, it was definitely weird. It was, but it was crazy because it seemed like he was going to go for it. And then Adebayo comes in and she has the, what was it called? The
human torpedo helmet.
Human torpedo helmet.
It's
that
a
was
prototype.
The one that we forgot. It's a prototype. So we saw that it was a prototype. First, she goes into a wall.
Well, he warns her about it when he talks about it. He's like, it will literally break every bone in your body.
Yes. And then he's still mad at her. So when she's fumbling around and she didn't take the helmet off and he sees an opportunity, he just calls it out. And she goes like a bullet right through the
cow, bro. Taking him out. Take him out.
The cow out. So he took them all out. Peacemaker got out of there. It was pretty cool. He got his crew together. Everything was awesome. They're walking through the field.
Hardcore was pretty touch and go. She got shot up a bit.
Yep. So they scoop her up and they're just, walking out. We see Vigilante. He's hurt, but he's okay.
And then he got messed up these last couple episodes, man. The grenade thing. Yeah. So he's probably
his pinky toe. Remember that? Oh man! But then we saw some fog roll in and some lightning and thunder and what comes in, but the coolest cameo of the year.
That's right, man. Half the Justice League.
Yeah, 50% of the Justice League. So we got Aquaman and Flash, which was really cool. They show shadow people.
We got the silhouettes.
The silhouettes of Superman and Wonder Woman. Which was still kind of cool that they even did that.
Yeah.
So it's been a little bit now since the season finale has ended, and there's a lot of stuff going around, and apparently Batman and Cyborg were supposed to be in this show for like another cameo, and they didn't have them in it.
Okay, they're gonna put that right in the pocket.
So that's why they weren't in that shot right there.
Okay,
that's what they were trying to say.
Yeah, they're gonna put that in the pocket, save that for next time,
right?
And we're totally getting a season 2. We're excited.
What Batman are they going to use? Well,
it's all going to depend I guess it won't be Robert Pattinson because he's supposed to be like the young Batman, right? So
right, it's supposed to be a different year, yeah. So
there will be another Batman though. They can't just do young Batman. They're going to have somebody else come and do. I don't know, man. It's just DC's weird.
DC is weird. Well, it's because they have a lot of material to sit on and they don't, I don't know. I guess they just don't know what to do with it. I mean, the cartoons are killer, man.
Oh,
they're so good. The comics are crazy. Like they're still making like really good books and people are buying them. And I mean, all these new Batman stories and stuff like that, they're just like flying off the shelves, man. It's hard to find some of them.
Yeah.
And,
well, look at Peacemaker. They're doing good shows now, so they need to step up the movie game and build a DCU worthy of all the movies plugging into.
Yeah.
And do your own, and they need to do their own thing. They need to stop like ripping off a Marvel crap, dude. Like
they've always been back and forth.
It's back and forth and stuff. But I'm just saying, like Marvel right now is on top with their movies. So if they put a movie out about like a cube that's interdimensional, you shouldn't do a movie about interdimensional cubes, man. Like, come on, come on.
But it is part of their world, man.
I get it.
It's already in play. I understand what you're saying. I get it. I know what you mean.
It was too soon, and they could have, I'm sure, did something else.
Well, that's why they're holding off on Flashpoint, and they're just bringing it out now. It took so long because Flashpoint is going to be just like the multiverse Spider-Man movie to a degree. Now, Flashpoint, is a story that is very, very famous in Flash's history. Like he discovers that he can time travel and he goes back to the one thing that he couldn't change, and that's helping his mom before she dies. Okay, so he saves the day and he saves her. When he saves her, the world shifts completely. So Superman's, ship, instead of landing with the Kents, it lands in Metropolis, and he becomes a science experiment. And instead of what was it called? Bruce Wayne's parents getting killed, Bruce Wayne gets killed, and his parents live, and his dad becomes Batman. It's like a crazy storyline. Okay. So they completely changed it, and now they have this movie coming out. Like, who knows what they're gonna do? Yeah. But we know that there's multiple Flashes already. So
yeah, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird, but hopefully it's good, man. Like I said, I don't wish ill upon them. You know what I'm saying? I wish that they would have a cool DCU to where I would enjoy it a lot more. Like I would and don't think that all Marvel movies are good. There's a couple bum ones too.
Yeah, no, there is, but I feel like Marvel's a lot of flash and then not as much story. I feel like DC is heavy story.
Yeah, well, Marvel's got a checklist. They're like, people want to see this, they want that, they'll pay for this, they will buy this toy, they will do that, and they just go down the line.
No, you're right. I mean, DC really needs to step it up too with their parks. I mean, look at Six Flags, man. Six Flags, you should see they should have Peacemaker stuff everywhere. It should be everywhere right now, because it's so hot. There's t-shirts, and I guarantee you, if I went to Six Flags tomorrow, there'd be not one Peacemaker.
Well, that's just the thing too. I go out and I go shopping all the time, dude. I've yet to see a Peacemaker shirt. I'd buy one.
Yeah.
If I came across one, I come across old band t-shirts at Target, Chili Peppers ones and Guns N' Roses. Why can't they have Peacemaker? They got Marvel stuff too.
It's just dumb of them. They have all these parks and all these different things where they can sell this stuff, and you go there and they just have dumb trinkets, and they don't have things for their shows and movies and stuff. And the things that they do are just dumb or ridiculous.
It's just the Justice League characters. That's all they do is the Justice League.
But they don't even have them walking around or anything like that. They should have Batman and Flash walking around and stuff.
People go nuts in Disney for the Disney princesses and stuff.
I know.
Bro.
That's what I'm saying. They can have their own thing. It could be the equivalent. It could be.
They go nuts. They get their autographs and stuff, and they sell autograph books for the Disney characters to sign.
And it's just a person.
And then they take pictures and sell the pictures while they're signing the book that they paid for in the park that they paid a lot of money to get into, and even dude, it's insane.
Of an actor, of a person, of a worker, not even an actor, a worker that works there. It's not even
DC, I'll Disney you up. Just hire me, bro. We'll set a goal list.
Yeah. No, but Peacemaker was great. It was definitely bittersweet to see it end. Like I said before, everything was good. I went back and I was watching some of the other podcasts that we had about Peacemaker, and I totally called that cameo thing, man. I said it. They were gonna have a big cameo. I knew it, and they did. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it's bittersweet to see it end. I'm a little sad. This week was rough without it, but I got to fill it up. So we found some new shows, and we'll talk about those.
Yes, sir. So that was Keeping the Peace.
Keeping the Peace with Peacemaker. We'll see you next season.
We'll see you next season, man. Dude, it was so good. I enjoyed it a lot, honestly. On a week-to-week basis, it was good. It was a good, refreshing show to watch.
Yeah, no, it was cool. I mean, we definitely got lucky with some of these hits. We had Chucky, then we had Dexter and this, so. And Boba, I wouldn't say it's a hit, but
the last 3 episodes were pretty. Okay.
Last 3 episodes were solid. That's what I'm gonna say about it. That's what everybody's gonna say about it. Last 3 episodes were solid.
Yeah.
A lot of people I talked to, I talked to one dude at the comic book shop because I always ask their opinions because I want to hear what they got to say.
Yeah.
And one dude couldn't even say one bad word about it. He was like, "It was amazing. It was amazing. It was fantastic.
Fantastic."
He's like, I have not one bad thing to say. It's literally what he said. I was like, okay.
You mean you're just not going to say it? That's cool. I get it. Nah, I get it.
Oh my God. That's too funny. But, all right. So last 3 episodes though.
Last 3 episodes though were pretty.
Yeah, they were money. Okay. It was good. I have high hopes for Ahsoka and Obi-Wan, so we'll see.
We'll see, man. We'll see. Everybody's talking about this Obi-Wan and how much Vader's gonna be in it and all this stuff. And listen, I hope it's good, man. I hope it's better than Boba Fett.
I hope it's good too. I mean, it's gonna be a lot of story. I can tell you that. It's gonna be not a ton of action. Yeah. I feel like the Ahsoka will probably be a lot of action, but it depends on when they do the Ahsoka, because the only storyline that we know of that's good is hers between her and Anakin. That's it.
Well, I guess they're gonna see how he does in Obi-Wan, if people like it with him in it, to possibly use him for there, you know.
But I mean, they're gonna have to bring it back to like what is it, episode 2, like the Clone Wars, is that episode 2? They would have to bring it back to that movie right there, because that's the timeline. It's right around that timeline where he has Ahsoka, and then he becomes a Jedi Master, and you know, he has a Padawan, and you know, like, they don't kill Dooku's alive, like, you know, fighting General Grievous and stupid shit like that. So
that's so annoying.
Well, there's a lot of stuff, so like, it's going to be really tough to weave those stories in there. And I know they're good at it, but how good are they at it?
Yeah.
You know,
that's
going to be some plot holes. It's going to be some plot holes.
There's going to be some plot holes, maybe some blue milk. Who knows? Who knows?
Some black holes, potholes. But, all right. So, next thing on the list, we saw that the Amazon made an announcement for March 4th. They're going to come out with a boys show called The Boys Diabolical. And it's a cartoon with a bunch of different animation styles.
Listen, I will watch anything with the boys in it.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. It's going to be, I believe, 8 episodes. So it's going to be like 8 different artists. There's tons and tons of celebrities doing this.
And there's like 20-something like super famous people doing voices.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
So it's going to be cool. They're going to tell you different stories just about like the world of the boys, things that you don't know that they're not showing you in the show.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be cool because it kind of takes, like, you know, when we were talking about What If when it was on, like, doing a cartoon has such a different element because you could get away with so much more stuff.
Sure,
you can blow up cities. You can
and
kill off all kinds.
Does it cost you as much?
Cost you anything. It's just the same things that would cost you not to blow up the city. So you might as well blow it up. You know, or do all kinds of crazy stuff, or, you know, and it's just a different element coming from a cartoon as well. So I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be a good adult cartoon or good adult content. You know, besides South Park, there's nothing really cartoony adult, you know.
I couldn't hear you.
That was going on. You hear me now? Can you hear me now?
There we go.
There you go. Yeah. So there's not much besides South Park out there that's like a you know, cartoon adult that I'm super into right now. Obviously F is for family and stuff, but all that's been out for a while. And
sure,
stuff, you know.
Sure. I mean, like, I definitely watch more animation than a lot of people. I like all different kinds, whether it's like kiddie or, you know, adult, it doesn't really matter. South Park's definitely one of the ones that I definitely like a lot, man. It's a good one. So we'll be talking about that in a minute. What else we got in here? All right, so The King's Man.
The King's Man. So what'd you think of it, man? Because I watched it too. It's funny too because I didn't watch it before the last time we talked, but now we both watched it. So
right, I liked it. I liked it. I thought it was cool. It was a little different. I mean, it's definitely like old timey compared to the other one. They still had the gadgets per se. You know, the sword and the gun, that was kind of cool. He did the whole knife boot thing. There was like
him getting stuck in that plane. Holy crap, dude! Can you imagine? That was
scary.
Can you imagine? Like, what?
That was scary. Yeah, yeah, it's nuts. It was cool, and it was cool that it was Voldemort.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty awesome. He did a good job. I think all 3 of them did.
Yeah, and it was crazy about the story, how it like didn't end up being about like what you thought it was going to be about. It was definitely you were dead on with that when you said that, you know, and it was just like, yeah, all right, that's crazy, you know.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of crazy parts in it. I mean, like, listen, if you haven't seen it by now, just go watch it. I mean, like, we're definitely spoiling some stuff talking about it, but it was a cool ride. I mean, like, the whole thing with the sun, that was totally unexpected. I didn't see that coming a mile away.
Yeah, that was just crazy, bro. It was like insane because like he helped win the war and stuff, and like, you know, it was vital. And you know, for someone to just randomly do some shit like that, but
on our side,
but you're in the battlefield, man, so you don't know, you don't know what they're thinking, how they're, you know, you don't know, man.
Yeah, but I mean, he wasn't showing anything. He was not like he like had a gun or trying to.
I know he had his hands up and everything, man. It was crazy, man.
Yeah, no, that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. But the thing that I don't know if you caught, but at the end of it, they were you know, they gave them the names, and they were using the Knights of the Round Table, King Arthur. And the one guy, he was Arthur. So he was Arthur from the Kingsman movies that betrays everybody. What's his face? I can't think of his name. It's gonna bother me now. But he was the main guy. I don't know if you remember the first Kingsman movie. You recently watched them, right?
Yeah, I watched the second and the
right.
The
so they had the chips or whatever, you know, and the one guy who had the chip and he dies. That's this dude from the movie.
Okay,
that's who it's supposed to be.
Okay,
because he was Arthur.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if he was the only Arthur. I have no idea, but
yeah, I don't know. I don't know because I imagine that they use different people for the same name because on the Statesman side they do that. They're like, you're going to be the new whiskey, you know. So
the Statesman, that's another thing too, man. Why don't they come out with that?
I don't know. It's gonna come though because did you notice all the ones throughout? They kept asking for their whiskey like throughout the whole thing. They're like Statesman whiskey, like so.
Yeah. Now that'll be interesting.
Yeah, so that's gonna be it. But it wasn't a bad movie. You know, it was definitely.
It did well.
It was a little slow in the beginning, but I got interested after a while.
Well, Rasputin was cool, but they didn't use him enough.
Man. Oh man, when he's fighting
that ballet fighting.
Yeah, dude.
What that was nuts, man. At first, when they said it and they talk about him with the ballet, and I'm like, okay, and then they show the fighting.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was so cool. That's something that you would never
dude.
think.
It was crazy, like
when he was doing like the circles and like stuff like. Oh man, that was nuts.
And I was waiting for him to come back too. And when they first got, I was like, he ain't done, man. Come on.
When they drowned him,
And the ice cold Russian water.
No, that couldn't kill Rasputin.
Nah. So
no, just a bullet to the head. That was it.
Yeah, for sure. So
but it was
definitely
a
cool movie. You know, the franchise is cool. Obviously, I think what's his name, Eggy or whatever. He's coming back. He's coming back for the next one.
I hope so. He's a cool character.
He's a cool character, and he's kind of growing in his own. You know, as the older he gets. So.
Oh man, he's a big shot now. Forget it.
For sure.
He's crushing it.
So I think the franchise is going to do well. I think they're going to make more movies. It's going to be like kind of the new, younger James Bond with like crazy storylines. You know, I think they're going crazy with the bad guys, just being friggin' weird guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they had Sam Jackson and he had the lisp. And then who was the bad guy in the second one?
The chick. What's her name? I can't. Oh man, it's gonna kill me.
I'm having brain farts.
She's from Silence of the Lambs, the second one.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
But anyway, yeah. I'm not even gonna. I'll just continue. But anyway, she was a weird character in that. You know, like the whole part of her, like
eating the meat and stuff,
eating the people and stuff like that. That was like kind of weird, and you know.
Yeah. Well, they always have a weird bad guy, so who knows what the next one will do.
Knows, and I think it's like a play on like evil James Bond characters, but like they're just like ridiculously evil, you know. And it's just like I thought Sam Jackson was cool in the first one. I really liked him.
Yeah, I don't know how much I like the lisp, but I did like him. Yeah, that threw me off real quick. I was like, ooh, I don't know, but he was cool. All right, so South Park's got a new season. We've been watching it. It's been great.
It's been good. It's been funny, man. It's really
the first episode was Pajama Day, and that one like really sucked me in. Was this the 25th season?
25th.
And they still got it.
5 years, bro. And you know what? This season's a little different because the last 2 years with the pandemic, they did a bunch of like one-offs. You know, they didn't really have a season.
Yeah,
they
did
a couple movies. They did a holiday special. It was all pretty much about Randy. Like each one was about Randy integrity, and it was like really fun. I love Randy. I think everybody loves Randy. That's like one of their favorite characters. So they just literally gave us everything we wanted with him.
It's just like The Simpsons. Like when The Simpsons first came out, I mean, it was about a family, but it was like Bart Mania.
Yeah.
And Bart wasn't really like the sole main character of the show.
Yeah.
It was Homer. And Bart Mania took off and it was for years. And only until like maybe like I want to say like I don't know, like the late 90s, early 2000s is when Homer started like taking over.
Yeah.
And then it was like Homer territory. And it's funny the way that it switched, you know? So like South Park is kind of like the same thing with Randy, you know? So I think that's pretty cool because Randy's an awesome character.
Same thing with Family Guy. When Family Guy first came out, it was all Stewie, and then it eventually shifted back to Peter because it was supposed to be Peter.
Yeah.
And then it shifted and shifted back. So everybody likes the funny dad character, man. You know, like.
Yeah. Funny dads are crushing it.
Crushing it, man. So, but no, South Park was good. What was this past week's episode?
This one was the realty.
Oh yeah, the realty one. Oh my god, dude! And there's a filter on Instagram where you can actually go take a realty picture. That's a good one. You should.
Thanks, man.
You should just become a real estate agent and try to sell your friends' houses.
This is Clyde's house. This is Johnny's house.
$3.5 million.
I'll sell you this for $50 million.
Oh man! So if you're not watching South Park, watch it. It's only 22 minutes.
22 minutes. You could do it. It's on Comedy Central's HBO on, Wednesday, and it's also on HBO Max as well. So
definitely a good ride, and obviously we don't want to get into spoiling it because it does come out every Wednesday, and
it's a funny show. I think everybody should watch it for sure, man. Especially if you were a South Park fan back in the day. There's no Kenny. Also, a lot of people have noticed that the voices are slightly different with some of the characters. Mm-hmm. It's a little weird because it's like somebody was like, oh, it's because they're old. And I'm like, wait a second, no. I mean, he does the voice for so many different people, like, and they sound the same.
Yeah.
They sound the same, but like Mr. Mackey and a couple of the other people, they don't sound the same. So maybe they're like, like kind of like giving other people a chance to do those roles or something like that. I mean, I don't know.
Because they're very easy to imitate voices. Like, obviously, I'm not a voice actor, but there are a lot of voice actors out there that can pick that up real quick and just kind of, just kind of take over the reins with that. And so because they're a little older now, if they want to focus on writing or even passion projects at this point, they got the money to do so. They just
they can pretty much do whatever they want, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only thing
Mormon money
that's more valuable than anything is time, and like when you don't have a lot of it, you can't do much. So so the one thing to do is free up Mr. Mackey. That's probably like 10 to 20 hours they got back that month.
Probably
doing the one voice. So
probably, it's crazy.
Or they might be sick. There's another rumor that they weren't feeling too well and they were kind of under the weather and not hitting it right. But they have I don't know how that would work because they have all the computer stuff that audio engineers I
don't know,
really good audio engineers that could make it sound the same. So I don't know, man.
I don't know. I definitely need to see some more PC babies.
PC babies, bro. Bring them back. PC. Oh, they're gonna be like PC kindergartners soon, man.
That'll be fun. That'll be interesting to see.
That would be fun.
All right, so go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, but it's weird because Ike's never really grown up. The kids are still in 4th grade, so will the PC babies always be PC?
Oh, who knows? Like the Simpsons disease.
They just never grow up, so they're just stuck in time, It's just like, will the boys ever go to middle school? Will they ever go to high school? Does it lose interest because they're not 4th graders anymore?
Well, we know what's going to happen to them in the future now that you've seen the specials. So
20 years later, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Cartman turns out to be a bum.
Screw you guys.
It's pretty funny. So there's a lot of shows coming back and stuff like that. And what's tough is that, the pandemic kind of hit some of these. And I don't know about you, but I definitely had a lot of hiatus brain.
Oh, yeah.
Or what I like to call is, damn, I wish I could remember this itis.
Damn, I wish I could remember this itis.
So there's a bunch of shows that I have stacked that I want to watch.
Yeah.
I want to watch Ozark, but I watched a little bit of it and I don't remember what happened 2 years ago. I want to watch Lock and Key, but I don't remember what happened 2.5 years ago. I want to watch Lost in Space, but I don't remember what happened.
I
And
agree
it's
with you
like,
on Lost in Space, dude. I feel like I'm lost literally in space when I watch it because it's just like, what the hell? Like, what
I
did I
don't blame
watch?
Netflix, but look at Stranger Things. That's going to be another one too, and I don't want too many of these shows to like stack up like
I
that.
don't know,
And like,
man.
is it supposed to be like up to me as a diligent fan? Like, I know that they're going to show us like a little synopsis, like before, like a not even a little one, a long one. They're going to show us a
Yeah, they'll
nice,
show you a little
you
bit from
know,
each season, I guess.
yeah. But is it up to me as a diligent fan to be able to like go back and rewatch this shit just so I can watch the new one? Like, that's tough, man.
Yeah, it's
I
tough, and
got
it's
other
funny.
shows to watch.
It's funny you say that too, because like literally with the Stranger Things, my wife sent me like an Instagram post, whatever. She said, "Oh, we got to start watching it because I don't remember what happened in season 3 or 2 or whatever." And I was like, "I don't remember what happened after like they got Will back."
Did they get real bit? No.
Like I know
Where's
that.
Barb?
Well, I know that there was like this thing where like in the mall, there was Russians. I get.
Yep.
So I have to definitely go back and watch it because there's been so much that, especially the last season. The last season just all over the place. I
Yeah,
feel.
but I mean, you're gonna go back and you're gonna watch that, and just that season, you're gonna be like, shit, I gotta go back.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Well, it's the same thing with like Righteous Gemstones, So you got the new season out on that, and like I went back and I watched the first one, and I was like, I don't remember any of this stuff. Like maybe the first couple episodes, but once you get into it, it was just like I remember watching it.
Yeah,
I just didn't retain any of it, like
sure. I'm retaining a lot of it because I recently just watched it. I just blew
it's
through
so good.
the first season, and I'm like into season 2
Oh
within
man,
like
John
I don't know, maybe
Goodman
2
is
days.
awesome in this. Danny
Yeah, no,
McBride is insane in this. Like, and Danny McBride directs a lot of the episodes. So
Dan McBride is a superstar.
yeah.
He's awesome. I love his comedy. I think he's a great comedic actor.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just a funny person all around. Even if he tries not to be, I feel like he's a funny person.
Yeah.
But when he tries to be a funny person, he's even funnier.
I'm gonna go after these ninja gangsters, bro.
Yeah. No, his crew is hilarious in it.
Oh yeah.
Just a mix of guys.
I feel so bad for like the one dude with the long hair, man. Like he gets I think he gets it the worst.
He gets it the worst because he's
like,
single.
And when he's single and he's like the nicest guy.
Yeah.
So it's like he's always yelling at him.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so
And he's
funny.
the guitar player or whatever in the band.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool.
Well, it's funny because like the church thing. So like I used to go to like this massive church in Florida when I lived there, like with my parents, man. And it's like they had this audit. It's like literally the same thing, dude. It's like they have this auditorium. Like Easter's their big day. Like it's bring a friend day, and like it's so crazy, bro. Like. They even have to where like they all meet up like for their Sunday school classes, and they go and drive to people's houses and knock on their doors and try to like give them one of those little books. You know what I'm talking about? Little Jesus books. Yeah. And it's like crazy, bro. Like
that's nuts.
So just to kind of get a refresh with all the, the church stuff and like, on the gemstones, it's just like crazy.
Yeah.
It's like a big old flashback to me.
Yeah, no, it's pretty nuts. I mean, like you see them just like raking in all this money and doing all this crazy stuff. And I mean, it's definitely a funny show. It's a little bit of a dark comedy.
Baby Billy,
they're kind of going for. Baby Billy's nuts.
Dude, Walter's awesome. That dude is like one of the coolest.
Him getting that money, that was nuts. Yeah. His girl's nuts.
His girl's nuts.
Keith. And Tiffany.
And Tiffany. Dude, the show is just so good. I like the daughter. The daughter's really funny. I like the daughter's boyfriend even more.
Oh yeah,
BJ, and like when he was getting baptized,
when he got the earring, bro,
God,
he was like,
so good. Dude, when he's getting baptized, like the dude kept calling him TJ. Like his family came there to like watch it. He's like, "Come on, TJ."
Oh man, it was super funny. He's crazy. Definitely look forward to see what they're gonna do with the rest of that. What you said, the last episodes this Sunday.
So yeah, the last episode is this Sunday for season 2. So I'm sad it was like quick, man. It was only like 8 episodes or 9 episodes or something, but it was like too quick.
It seems to be that that's the theme lately. Mm-hmm. That a lot of these shows are just giving us 8 episodes.
They ain't even giving us 10 episodes, man.
What's up with that?
Not even 10 episodes. Like it's supposed to be a season, not a mini season. I feel like it's like they're teetering between a season and a mini season, and it's like a medium season.
A season used to have 22, 23 episodes, you know,
or something.
What's up with that?
You know,
like,
and I know they're putting more quality.
Like
I know they're putting more quality into it, because if you look at a 24 episode thing like an X-Files, like they only use the same office every time. They use the same street every time. It's literally like very low quality.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
You know, where they shoot and stuff, but like even with the big quality, they're getting more of the money. They're getting the streaming services. You know, that's money right there. You get someone to pay you $15 a month. You know, you get a couple million people doing that. You're straight.
Like Taco Bell. I wonder how Taco Bell's doing with their taco subscription.
Did you get one yet?
No, I didn't get one.
Come on, man. 30 tacos. I think you should do the Taco Bell challenge. Do 30 tacos, 30 days.
I don't eat that much Taco Bell to begin with.
Like, I wonder how many you can go through before you're like repeating. Like, think like seven tacos.
Probably.
They don't have that many tacos. It's just like beef, chicken, or steak, right? Like,
no, I'd probably go there like 2 times and use it. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not even in my like daily routine to like drive by to Taco Bell. You know, so I mean, the closest things to me is like Walmart, basically, and Wawa.
Is there a Subway in the Walmart at least?
There's a Subway in the Walmart.
There you go. Is there a video game place in your Walmart? There's a video game place in my Walmart.
No, every Walmart has like different little stuff in them. Some of them have like the eyeglass place, and then like I saw one that had Philly's pretzels.
Okay.
And something else, and another one had a Nathan's, I think, in it.
Okay.
There's no, it wasn't a Nathan's. It was an A&W.
That's old school.
A&W.
That's old school.
Yeah, that is old school. So yeah, there's a bunch of them.
My Walmart has this thing. I'm pretty sure it's called the Game Exchange, possibly, or some kind of game thing or whatever. So it's a darked out room, and they have PCs all around, so you can go there and play like Call of Duty and like stream.
That's ridiculous.
It's like a stream play. It's like crazy. Next time I'm there, I'll see if they'll let me walk around and I'll film it for you. It's like crazy, bro. It's like what laser tag was, but it's like you're sitting down like gaming, and like with everybody, you can have tournaments there and stuff, I guess, like LAN tournaments and all kinds of stuff. So
that's nuts.
I should ask them what it's all about. It might be kind of cool.
Yeah. So
get your Walmart to step it up and get a game station or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I don't even know where they would put that. There ain't no room for that. We still need our deals.
All right, did you end up watching Texas Chainsaw?
I haven't, man. I've been too into the Righteous Gemstones and Reacher. I haven't had a chance to watch it.
Well, it wasn't great, you know. I felt like it was like okay if you're gonna say okay, it's gonna be a crappy next Netflix movie, you know, not a 5-star Netflix movies. You know, there's some movies that Netflix does, it's like it's awesome, you know, but this one I don't think is what they tried to do. I think they tried to keep it low budget, and it didn't hit right because they tried to make it super modern, and for it to be super modern, like horror stuff doesn't really mix, you know. Like if you're gonna say like I'm live streaming on Facebook and I'm gonna live stream Texas Chainsaw Guy Leatherface chopping people up, you know, I imagine cops would be there pretty quick, or somebody would call, or you know what I'm saying. It's just like they leave that element out. They have the technology in there, but not the technology of response times and like.
Well, they've always kind of done that. They need to tell the story. It's not.
I know. It's just like, you know, it took Leatherface a good 12 minutes to get through everybody on that bus. I'm sure somebody could have made a call. You know, it's just,
who knows?
Especially the chicks running that are hiding. Like, oh my God, let's hide here. We can hear him. He's all the way over there. Like, dial 911, girl, your cell phone works. You know, this guy's streaming on Facebook. It works. Like, you know, not one cop in the whole thing, you know? In essence. So.
That's too funny.
It's dumb. But, you know, the story was kind of weird. Like, it was about like these kids that were trying to start up. Like they bought a town, okay, and they were bringing in investors to buy up the buildings that were already there to kind of make a community to where they can choose the community, and it's like
it's a cult.
It's a cult. And they say that in it, like the guy's like, "Oh, so what do you guys do?" "Oh no, that's a cult." They're like, "No, it's actually it's people business minded." He's like, "It's a cult."
It's a cult.
It's like he literally says it just like that, and it was just like that was probably the funniest part of the whole thing. And I was like, that guy's right on. It's definitely a cult.
Yeah,
like,
sure sounds like it.
So, and it was like the characters were kind of weird. I don't know. It just wasn't that cool. If I were to give it chainsaws, how many chainsaws? It'd probably be like
chainsaws.
I don't know, like a 3.5, 4.
3.5 chainsaws.
Yeah, 3.5, maybe 4 chainsaws. If I was like maybe drinking a little bit and like, let's throw in a horror movie, like I'm in the mood, put the lights off and stuff,
Yeah,
so,
they made so many of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies after the originals. It's a little tough. I mean, I'll definitely watch it, but they weren't really good at like the first and second one.
Yeah, it just wasn't that good.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Now that remake with the Jessica Biel one, that one was really good.
That's my favorite one. That's my favorite one out of all of them, and it was just because I think I was in high school when that came out.
So well, they should have kept with those. If they would have kept with those, I think they would have did all right.
Yeah.
But which so many movies came out and spawned from that, like Wrong Turn and all Rob Zombie's movies and stuff. So
yeah, was that 2001 Maniacs? That was kind of like along the lines of that. That was your boy in there, right?
Yeah.
Robert Englund, right?
Yeah, Robert Englund's in that one. He has like an eye patch on.
The South will rise again.
The Confederate flag on like an eye patch. Yeah.
That's terrible, bro. Oh my God.
No, I think he
the South will never rise again.
I know. I don't know if he wrote that or what, but he was definitely in it. There was a bunch of people in it.
I feel he had fun making that movie. Because he just looked like he had a good time in that role,
Sure.
He was
anything other than Freddy, he's happy to do.
Well, he was able to do it without wearing makeup. I imagine it's a little bit different playing without makeup when you're.
Well, he's supposed to be in Stranger Things this season. They said it already. They confirmed it. So he's supposed to be like a nosy neighbor or something like that. Or
he's gonna have some good lines then.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. All right, so. Some good stuff on Netflix other than Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The new Cuphead show just came out.
Yeah, it's doing pretty well.
So it's based off the video game. My son watched it like the first day. Like he crushed through every episode.
It, bro. You got your kid binging movies on.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, teach him.
I want a full write up on this by the end of the day, kid.
Yeah, no, he liked it. It was cool. I watched a little bit of it. It's all right. It's definitely based off through the video game. It still has the same style. The music is cool.
Same bad guys and everything, right?
Yeah. Same bad guys, the devil, King Dice. It's all about the same stuff. He basically is like a bounty hunter for the devil. So going out and collecting soul contracts. So that's basically what the show's about. So it's pretty cool. It's a little silly, and he like has an invisible sweater that protects him from the devil. And
okay.
You gotta check it out. The game is really cool. I like the game because it's not like your everyday average side scroller. They really took some time in these bad guys. And they made them increasingly harder. And,
well, the artwork to it is awesome. When we were talking about it before about like the Steamboat Willie style cartoons and stuff, like and it's big, man. It's cool because it's retro. A lot of people aren't used to it when they see it. They're like, oh, that's kind of what like got cartoons started. So everybody has this homey feeling to it of like, everybody knows Steamboat Willie. Everybody knows, like Pete, like Pete was a big character back then and stuff like that. And so I like it, man.
Oswald was before Mickey, and that's another character too, like, and he looks the same, Betty Boop, stuff like that, like all that style.
Pie sliced eyes.
Yeah, the pie slice eyes or Pac-Man eyes. Yeah, no, it's cool, and it definitely came back. I really feel like a lot of them. I mean, Bendy, that's another one. It's like a video game and stuff like that. And that they look just like that too. So
okay. Well, I'm actually getting some characters made up of us from a buddy of mine who actually does that kind of artwork. So hopefully I'll get it here in the next couple days, and we'll do.
That's awesome.
We'll do something cool with that.
Yeah, that'll be great. That'll be great.
We'll give him a nice little shout out too. So
yeah, that's cool. All right, what we got next? All right, so back in the day, they came out with these Cube movies. I believe it was a Japanese movie that started it first, and then they brought them to America. They made about like 3 or 4 of them.
I love the first one, man. It's like one of my
the first one's great
B horror movies that is like in my collection. That is like I love that movie. I can watch it all the time.
And not a lot of people have heard of it. It's not as well known as like Saw, but it's like still in the same category, I would say.
And the strangest person I've ever met introduced that movie to me. So it's just like he gave me some gold on that. So I appreciate it.
No, Cube is crazy. Hypercube, that was kind of cool. Cube Zero. Yeah. Cube Zero, everything was circular. I mean, they're all like crazy good movies. Well, I won't say good movies, but they're crazy B horror movies that had some cool kills. And it was early in the days before Saw and stuff like that.
It's literally all filmed in one room.
But they just keep switching it up.
They just keep switching it up. It's one room. and then when they cut to the scientists, they just have black sheets behind them, and they're just sitting at this desk, dude. It's like they probably spent it's probably unsaid like Blair Witch style. You know how like Blair Witch is known for like not spending a lot of money on that movie? I would love to know how much like Cube spent.
Oh man, that'd be cool. Yeah, we'll definitely have to check that out.
Because it probably wasn't that much, man.
It probably wasn't that much.
But I'm excited for it, man. I hope they're doing a lot of stuff with all these horror stuff, man.
So they're rebooting the franchise. They're coming out with a new one. It's going to be all hyped up. It's going to be new graphics. They're probably going to use more than one room.
Like 2 rooms this time. They're like, we did 2 rooms this time.
They're going to use some different actors, of course. Each one had different actors. There was no real one storyline that kind of like went all the way through to any of these Cube movies. So hopefully they will. I mean, like, I don't know if you saw that movie Escape Room. Did you watch that?
No, I didn't watch it.
Okay. So I didn't really want to see Escape Room because I thought it was just like going to be like one of those corny throwaway movies. That shit was pretty good. It
was good. I
liked it.
I'll throw it on the list.
It was a little like unbelievable with some of the dumb effects and things like that, but it was good. And they're going to make it a part 2 soon. So I'm excited for that. I don't know what streaming service you could watch it on, but it definitely was up there with like, did you see that like Cabin in the Woods movie?
I love that movie. This movie's awesome.
So if you like that, you're gonna like this for sure. It was like that, but in the style of Final Destination.
Okay.
So there's like a lot of plot and a lot of stuff behind the scenes of people behind the scenes and bets and dumb thing, like whatever, rich people. But then they also had like crazy kills and crazy special effects, and these motherfuckers are dying, and you think you're out of the thing and you're not out of the thing. Like it's nuts. It's a really cool, fun ride for sure. It's skirted by.
All right, I'll check that one out. That sounds pretty good.
They just dropped the Doctor Strange trailer a couple days ago. Everybody's been dissecting it, analyzing it.
So I seen the
looking at the shards of glass.
Yeah, I sent you the empty shard of glass, and it says John Cena's in the movie.
Yeah. Apparently, I mean, they're saying so many people. They're like they're saying Deadpool's going to be in it.
Deadpool. Yeah.
We know Professor X is going to be in it. It's going to be Patrick Stewart.
Spider-Man, I would imagine, right?
Spider-Man's supposed to be in it, but which Spider-Man? Ooh,
probably going to be Tom Holland, him and Benedict.
Well, who knows?
Our homies.
Yeah, I guess they're forming that alliance. We know that Scarlet Witch is going to be in it. There's going to be multiple versions of her.
Go Elizabeth.
Multiple versions of Doctor Strange as well. We know that Wong is the Sorcerer Supreme from Spider-Man. They kind of like gave that little tidbit of information to us. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I know that everybody's going to have their speculations, just like Spider-Man. They're going to be like, oh, this person and this person, this is going to be in, and that's going to be in it. And it's not going to be quite what you think.
This person slipped saying this in an interview, and
just let it slide, let it come. Watch it, be happy, don't analyze.
It's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be really good.
Yeah, I'm excited for it for sure. But yeah, man. So this definitely was it stinks that what happened Sunday, but it was cool that we got to do it again. And we got to talk about some of this stuff. You know, Peacemaker was definitely something worthy to do over and give that time to.
Yeah, we had
For
chat.
sure.
We had chat lighting up today too. So appreciate
Nice.
everybody tuning in and
Yes.
dropping a like and a follow for us. Got a couple new followers over the past couple days. We're gonna be doing a giveaway soon. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we're gonna be doing a giveaway soon. We already put up one with Cobra Commander, and then we're gonna be doing some 3D prints and some other different little things that we're gonna be giving out.
Yeah, I'm gonna print out some cool stuff this week. Probably take me a little bit to kind of itch out all the details. Want to make sure I sand it all nice and stuff for
Sure.
everybody. And then yeah, we're gonna do some giveaways coming up soon. So make sure
We'll take time. We'll hype it up. We'll keep you guys informed. We'll let you know the progress. Make sure you guys are following us on Twitch. If you're watching us on a secondary, that's okay too. You know, check us out on YouTube as well.
Sure.
We're also on TikTok and all social media platforms. But yeah, those are the places. Check us out to get the exclusive content.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your week, and we will see you on Sunday.
All right. Peace.
Take it easy, guys.